Hey, everybody, welcome to the myCast show. Today we have a special guest with us, Jerry Habibi. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing?
So, Jerry was recently in the Netflix movie, the Persian version. So, congrats on that success and looking forward to talking to you today.
Thank you, thank you. Super excited to be here.
Really interesting, and a point that I wanted the fan casters on myCast to hear is, Jerry, you reached out because you'd actually viewed your page, you'd noticed, you're seeing what people are casting you for.
Mhm.
And I think sometimes a lot of the users of myCast can think, oh, this is just the community, this is just us sharing what we want,
Oh
just kind
yeah,
of like on
no.
social media. But sometimes the actual people you're suggesting for roles sees what you're suggesting them for.
Oh, 100%. The actors are nosy. They look this stuff up. The actors are on their phone too much. Don't
Yeah.
don't believe them. They look this up.
Yeah, and myCast
uh,
seems to show up for just about any search for anybody who says their name plus the word fan casting or fan cast in their name.
yeah,
So that's cool to hear that others are checking out what they're being suggested
for
for.
sure, for sure. And I think honestly, it's that type of stuff that I think it should be used in pitch packages and stuff because it's valid.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
valid.
you're saying, hey, this is what the fans want.
Exactly. That type of stuff. It's very exciting. So.
All right, so you are one of the folks on myCast who gets a good bit of attention, and I don't know if you're aware, there are a few places where you show up often on myCast. And as far as the fans on myCast, they have you ranked as one of the most attractive celebrities in the world.
Okay. I'll
Look
take
at
it.
him. I'm going to
Okay.
turn that down.
Nice. Nice.
And so you're on that list, and one of the most popular roles that you are voted for on myCast is Attack on
Oh,
Titan.
wow. Aaron Yeager, yeah, from Attack on
Okay.
Titan. Okay. I see that.
Okay.
I see that. Eyes, eyebrows. I mean, that's something I'd love to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, when I go through those, it's very fun to go through and see everything. I guess people kind of throw around and put together.
They want to see Jerry Habibi as Joshua Halal in Spy School.
That sounded cool. I've never heard of Spy School, but
I haven't
I'm
either.
very tempted to look into it. I do like the halal in there. Halal.
They want to see you as Green Lantern, Simon Boz.
That
In
was very interesting because I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a. Because it sounds almost like a Middle Eastern
right.
Green Lantern. I have
So
not
there's
heard of
lots of
that.
different
I
Green
was like,
Lanterns.
yeah, I was like, okay, I can get with that. I can be
Nice.
Green Lantern. Come on. Yeah,
Might
no,
need to
I'm send it
go ahead.
over.
Uh, so that'd be a cool feature actually if we could have like verified actor accounts or different
I
types
think
of
so,
roles
and it
accounts so that
like
they could see what they've been suggested for, and then the users could see whether or not the actor themselves would like to play that role.
for sure, and honestly, like taking a note from stuff like Letterbox, like it does so many of the things. I feel like there's like blurred lines and stuff, but clearly, like the actors, they're more than fine with being present. They're no one wants that weird like facade, you
Okay.
know.
On a more genuine connection with the fans instead
Exactly,
of,
and you know why not if it's there,
yeah,
valid. Like we don't need to go through a whole weird song and dance, but that's
nice.
just me.
A man of the people,
Yeah,
Jerry Habibi.
exactly. Period.
All right. Now let's move on to our segment, actors, fan casting actors, or maybe we'll call it actors fan casting themselves. So if you could cast yourself in any role of any film or TV show, what would be your top pick?
Hmm. I see Batman Beyond on my thing a lot. I grew up
Okay.
watching Batman Beyond. I would no question asked Batman Beyond. But
All right.
trying to think what else. Yeah, my mind just goes to Batman Beyond.
Okay, that answers the first three questions because the next two were if you could play any superhero role, who would it be? And then would you rather play Superman or Batman?
One thing I saw on my fan cast that I liked a lot that actually made me look research character a bit was Hawkman. That's
Okay.
I would want to do that.
Okay. Hawkman. All right. And what's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time? Gosh, that's hard. I really love The Place Beyond the Pines. I
Okay.
love the like grittiness of it, amazing color grading. Now if I have like a favorite superhero movie, it's gonna be obviously The Dark Knight. I'm a huge
Okay.
Batman guy. I like my dark, edgy. I like my emo superheroes.
Oh, well, I'm surprised you didn't say the latest Batman, the
That
Batman.
one was great, but I mean, I think they're both amazing.
I'll let that slide.
Okay, are you
No,
what did you think
no,
of it?
they're all good.
I love the interpolation of like club music in it. I love seeing Batman beat people up to really good music.
What about your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Huh. I was a big fan of Euphoria. No idea when that third season's gonna pop up, but I just loved the first season. And the what else? Gosh, I've not been tapping in the TV box
That's
lately.
fine.
I
What
do love
about
You. You is something I would want to be on, but too little, too late.
all right? What about video games? Do you have a favorite video game?
Yeah, I'm a junkie for the Japanese video games, honestly.
Okay.
So anything, and I love the voice work in like near Automata, near the OG near. Those ones are just like super intense and rash. So that's something I'd love to do. Obviously, stuff like God of War, Hades. Love Hades.
Okay.
Great game. And they're so very like performance based, but the gameplay is still really good. So
Have you done any kind of action type roles yet?
weirdly enough, no, but it's like something that if it was sent to my door, I'd be ready in like 0.2 seconds just because I do box, yoga, I do
Okay.
movement stuff. I'm in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
So it's all stuff. Obviously, it's a lot of coordination, but there's a couple projects floating in my way right now that I'm in the mix for. I guess one of them, now that I think about it, it's technically action related because it involves like the FBI, but
Okay.
I feel like from what I read, I was like, hey, maybe it is action related.
So you want to go more that direction in the future, it sounds like.
For sure. I mean, I love comedy and I love, funny moments, but give me the dark and moody.
Oh, and what about your favorite book?
Favorite book. So, well, I was gonna tell it I was gonna say like a self-help book.
That's fine. Could start
Well,
there and then go into some
I don't know if you can
fiction.
fan cast that, but
Yeah.
so I mean, well, the self-help book I like.
Mhm.
It's by the rapper Russ. It's all in your head. It's a great book. I recommend it to like anyone. Actors are moody, so they're like, what do I do with my life? Read this book.
Yeah.
But no, I think I love the book Milkweed by Jerry Spinelli. That's a great read. I think I'm too old for anything in that book, though.
There's also a lot of the popular books going around. I saw that you were suggested for a few of those
Yeah, yeah.
popular books that are out
Hmm.
there right now in the news and in the media. I think there were some Fourth Wing roles.
Hmm.
It Ends with Us. You've been spread across a few of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, are you aware of any of those big books going on? I've heard a lot about them. I haven't read any of those huge ones.
I'm not, but now that you mention it, I need to check him out. No,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, I liked from what I saw that it was, I think it was the Fourth Wing that I kept getting like fan casted in. I did
Yeah.
like that because I could tell a lot of the names were kind of like either Middle Eastern or Middle Eastern influence to an extent. So I was like,
Right.
okay, that's something I would definitely check out. But yeah, no, honestly, for me, I feel like I read as is, and I read a lot of like performance books, but I haven't been able to dabble into those yet. Soon.
All right. Who is your favorite actor?
Viola Davis. I love Viola Davis.
Okay.
I
Nice.
loved How to Get Away with Murder. He was great in all the Suicide Squad movies. Honestly, her voice is very powerful. Great diction. That's someone who I would like really want to act alongside for sure. I
Okay.
just, I general, I love acting with people who like love their profession and are
Sure.
like there to act and not like be scummy. So
Yeah.
that's, you know, amazing person.
What's your favorite comedy movie? Just something you'd pop in that you
Probably
can watch.
Bridesmaids, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Bridesmaids is just funny. It's like a comfort movie. It's not a movie, but Scream Queens, the TV show.
Okay.
I just love that one. I was taking a sociology class at the time that was based on horror and thriller movies. And that first season is so well written, and the amount of like references throughout it are just like, it makes me appreciate it a lot.
All right. And what about just pure drama? Getting into the moodiness side of things.
Does Gone Girl count? Kind
I guess.
of like
Sure.
a thriller, but I do like
Okay.
it. Yeah. I don't know if it counts, but I'll say Gone Girl.
All right. And then what's your just favorite overall action movie?
Probably favorite overall action movie would be the newest Batman movie.
Yeah. All right. Is there like an upcoming movie or anything you're excited about, looking forward to being released? I know that, obviously you're in the Persian version. It's on Netflix. Everybody can check it out. But other than what you're specifically in, is there something you're kind of fanning out about?
I'm really excited about The Challengers.
The Challengers.
It's the tennis movie with Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
So it has.
I did see a preview for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard some of the soundtrack because it was it's Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and they did like oh my god, they did like, I wasn't expecting it. They did like this insane synthy, kind of dancey, clubby sound, at least for the teaser. I was like, okay, that sounds amazing. But that I'm really hyped for. I do like a good messy movie. But I obviously the second Batman movie, whenever that comes out.
Right. And that's are they using the same guy? Just blanked on who played the last Batman.
Robert Pattinson, I think.
Yeah.
They're using him. It's just they obviously have like delays from the strike, and
that's right.
I'm patient.
Yeah. One of the better Batmobiles, I think.
For sure.
Went kind of retro with it. I think it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any other future work you've got coming out that you want to share, or any way that you want fans to connect with you?
Nothing I can talk about right now.
Okay.
I'll hit you up as soon as I can.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you landed that role in the Persian version?
Yeah, for sure. I actually I saw a breakdown for it go around, and I had a few people message me about it, but I actually went ahead and taped for it back in December 20. So it was a very unhinged, like fun taping. I was on my MacBook. I did like probably 6-7 takes, and it was in English, Farsi, Finglish. It was a lot of improv, but
you said Finglish?
English, yeah, it's like a
Farsi
hybrid.
English?
Yeah, hybrid of Farsi and English. But the director really liked it, and I kept in touch with her from there. But yeah, I just kind of, you had COVID and all this stuff going around, so it was a test to see who could stay in the race.
So it's that far back. How long did it take to go from kind of seeing the script, getting cast, to actually like the movie launching?
Yeah, I think it was just because of, with all these restrictions and cost related issues from the pandemic and COVID, and I think in general it's not as easy to make a film like this as it is to make another film. There were a lot of delays, a lot of like, we're shooting this time but we wouldn't end up, something would come up. That's just how it is.
And it seemed like the film had a lot of different locations. I mean, it was a kind of a sweeping, kind of epic story, super emotional across all these different characters.
Yeah, it was it all, for the general amount of filming, I think, except with the exception of like 1% of it was in Turkey. So anything I shot was in around like Istanbul.
Really?
They did a great job of that, even shooting in the villages and stuff. It just looked very accurate. But even something like any cheerleading scene I did, they did an amazing job of that, making it look like an American gym.
Wow. So most of it was overseas. It wasn't in America, even though a lot of the story takes place in America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. All right. So the movie's launched, and I gave it a watch. It was super moving, very emotional, powerful movie. So I don't know if they release any kind of stats or whatever, but hopefully, it's received well. Do you get any feedback on the actor side of how well things are doing within Netflix?
It's hard to kind of get in that sort of communication loop. I'll be in touch with like Sony or production, or I talk to the director frequently, but it's hard to get those sort of analytics.
So you were kind of interviewing for the role or auditioning for the role over Zoom, you said? You had to do that
Yeah, we
virtually?
had, I mean, I would be FaceTiming with the director, just talking about it, then we'd get on Zoom. I was chemistry reading with, generally for the most part, Layla, who plays Layla. But there were other actors or other actresses that I was chemistry reading with as well. But yeah, it was just a long, long process.
Give the fans a little insight into what it looks like going through the casting process. Because I know you said like you saw a script and you had some Zoom auditions,
Okay, yeah.
maybe a little more behind the scenes. Like, how did you even get into that position to
Okay,
get script? You know what I mean? Like
for
a little
sure.
bit of the behind the scenes so that the fan casters can see what it takes to go from these suggestions they're making to it actually happening in reality.
Yeah, for sure. So in my case, what I was doing, I was using a website that posts these casting breakdowns, and
Okay.
I saw some of the information, like the director, the casting, and I did the initial audition like anyone else would. But I kind of, since it was a project that was a fellow Persian story, Iranian American story, and I also related a lot to it. So I was like, let me take the liberty of doing the taboo and saying hello directly to like a director, or like introducing myself or going from there. They say I feel like a lot of agents, managers, industry people will say it's taboo, but that's usually because they don't want the actor to reach out. They want their client to get the word.
Right.
And I was like self-represented for this project, so
Okay.
it was me doing the work. And obviously the director and casting director were really vouching for me too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's about making sure you're prepared, and being able to just like how bad do you want it? How much are you willing to kind of stay in the race? So it's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that? Like, because you said you reached out to the director directly. Like, how do you even do that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta Google and find the information on Google.
Yeah. Okay.
um, no, I mean, some people have websites. Some of the websites have their contact information. Some of their information could be on, another profile on another website. But it's just those kinds of, you may even have a mutual friend, which is becoming more of an occurrence for me as I kind of go through the industry. But yeah, you gotta look through your options, see what you can do, and kind of take it from there. You have to be willing to push yourself, pitch yourself, especially when you're Middle Eastern. I feel like one thing that's stood out for me is a lot of these actors, like Rami Malek, I'll just use him for an example. I think if you go on like a backstage article, one of his more like prominent roles, I think it was on Gilmore Girls. He was kind of annoying the casting director, and I think you have
We're
to say like, give me the part, I can do it, I swear I can. And it's like it's an unfortunate truth, especially when you're
yeah.
Middle Eastern. You kind of have to hammer it in people's head because people love to be like, can you do this? Are your features too strong or something like that? But yeah,
Interesting. So there's a little grind and hustle, and I
for
think
sure, it's a
all the
business.
all the casting directors are going to ask the actors to skip this part so they don't get hounded all the time. But I guess they're probably getting hounded anyway.
I think yeah, not even just the casting directors. I think so many different parts of the industry, because and it makes sense because not everyone's going to show up with like a nice pitch package or a reeler, and it's going to end up just being spammy.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but to an extent, I feel like you can't gatekeep or put these roadblocks in and not expect actors or people in general to
Right.
reach out.
So they're gonna create a bottleneck anywhere there's a gatekeeper. Yeah, that
For
makes sense.
sure, for sure. And you know what? If there's a bottleneck, I'm the hammer that swings.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, even if there's tons of people reaching out, it's only going to be the ones who actually have some talent and skill and, the
And
right
yeah, and
vibe
I
or
mean,
look for a role that gets through.
essentially, and even then, I feel like you can have all those features. Maybe you just aren't so and so's like niece,
Oh,
or
okay.
you just don't know
Yeah,
who you need to know. There's so many different
sure.
levels to it. So for me, it's important to check off as many dots as I can
Yeah.
to make sure there is a presence that when I work on something, that it's out in the world, people can find it. Um, so I think, you have to there's so many reasons and so many people telling you no that you have to tell yourself yes, and you have to find out like what is that yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
powerful. Well, Jerry Habibi, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. This was great. You gave us some really good insights into how things work and into your career and your preferences. So, fan casters, take note, start suggesting for some of that stuff that he talked about. And be aware that Jerry and other actors are cruising through myCast, checking things out, seeing what you
We're
guys are
there.
suggesting. And it could turn into reality. As we've seen in the past, sometimes the top voted person for a role on myCast ends up being the person who actually gets that role years later.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it. But yeah, so happy to talk today, and I will continue stalking the site alongside the other actors and actresses who are definitely on the site.
All right, Jerry, thanks so much.
All right, for sure. Thank you so much. Have a great day.